Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for attending Virtual Parent Information Night. This is the video for 5th grade. So my name is Miss Entingh. So just like the word renting, like renting a house, but without the R. A little bit about me. This is my 5th year teaching at St. Joe's. I graduated from the College of St. Benedict in 2016. I currently live in Shakopee with my dog Benny, but I will be moving to Farmington after my fiance Josh and I get married in June. And I am so very excited to be teaching your students this year. To start off this presentation, I just want to make you aware about a few resources. So first of all is our 5th grade class site. I sent out a newsletter earlier this week that has the link to our class site, but here it is again. So it's a Google site. I like to update it. It has a lot of different information for both students and parents. So students can go on there and print new reading logs, service projects, spelling menus. They can look at our spelling lists. Parents are able to check student grades by going to Educate. You can fill in volunteer hours. You can also see all of the newsletters that I have sent out on the parent portal as well. So there's a lot of great resources on the 5th grade class site. And then also my email address. We have 2 email addresses as teachers here. We have our Microsoft one and our Google one. So at stjosephcommunity.org or at stjosephs.org. I respond to both emails. So whichever one you email me at, I should receive and I will respond. So a question I get asked a lot is, what does homework look like in 5th grade? So the types of homework we have are daily homework, weekly homework, occasional, and then our discussion-based subjects where you should not be expecting a lot of homework. So for our daily homework, math and reading would be the primary subjects where students may have daily work. Now, I love to give work time in class. However, my students know that the amount of work time they get completely depends on how well they're listening and utilizing their time in class. So for example, if I'm having to wait because students are talking to friends when we're in the middle of a lesson, that's taking away from their work time. Grammar and writing may sometimes have homework, but it would not be as regular as math or reading. Weekly homework that students will have is spelling. So just like in 4th grade, in 5th grade, our students complete 3 spelling menu activities every week. So on Monday, they write down their words in their planner. Then they have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night to complete 3 of the activities on their spelling menu, and they turn those in on Friday. And Friday is also when we take our spelling test. Now, Spanish is about weekly, so our students have Spanish every other day. And they usually don't have homework every Spanish class, so it's about on a weekly basis. And then all of our students have a take-home folder. And so every Friday throughout the week, I'm collecting items for students to bring home with them. They put all those in their black take-home folder. They bring that home, show it to you, and then they should be getting their parent's signature sheet inside their take-home folder signed. Occasionally, students, I don't give a lot of technology homework, but if we were to work on a project in Google Slides or whatnot, they could work on that at home, and same with art projects. Once in a while, they will have a music quiz or homework assignment, so that would be occasional. And then again, religion and social studies are very discussion-based, so we will rarely, if ever, have homework in those subjects. And then a reminder, students receive at school around 15 to 35 minutes total of work time each day. So when I say work time, it's a time after the lesson's been taught when students can be working on assignments. So they have that time here at school to be asking me questions and to be working on their homework. The way I handle assignments and late work is if a student does not have their assignment done the day it is due, it's marked missing. So when an assignment is marked as missing in Educate, it means it hasn't been turned in. Once that assignment that was missing is eventually turned in, then it goes from being missing to late. So a late assignment, it's been turned in, but it wasn't on time. So most daily homework assignments are worth 2 points. While an assignment is missing, it hasn't been turned in, it will have a zero in the grade book. But once it's turned in and becomes a late assignment, it was turned in late, then students will receive partial credit. So that zero will turn into a 1 or a 1.5 points. As a reminder, you can always check assignments and grades at Educate. That link to Educate can be found on our class website, on our school website. There are lots of places where you can find it, and I always put it in my weekly newsletters as well. Students here at St. Joe's also have 2 trimester duties. So these are things that students do every trimester. So our first trimester, the last day of that is December 2nd. So for the first trimester service project and accelerated reader or AR goals, they are due December 2nd. So students have a lot of time to accomplish these. We talk a lot about why we don't want to wait until the end of the trimester to do it, however. So service projects, this is a way of volunteering. So students go out into their community and volunteer for at least 1 hour every trimester. There's a form that they fill out, 2-sided. They make sure it has a parent signature on it before they turn it in. And they just need to make sure they're getting 1 in every trimester. Accelerated reader are point-based goals, and it has to do with reading. So what students do is they receive their goal, maybe it's 10 points. They read an AR book and take a quiz to earn points. And so pretty much every chapter book is an AR book. So as long as your student is reading an AR book, that should be a book they can take a quiz on to then earn AR points. So they read an AR book, take quizzes to earn points, and that goes toward their trimester accelerated reader goals. So they will have 3 service projects they're completing a year and 3 different AR goals a year, 1 for each trimester. The books we read together as a class do count towards AR. In order for a student to receive points for that accelerated reader quiz, they just need to get an 80% or above on the quiz. And the questions aren't too difficult. Basically, if your student read the book and wasn't distracted, they should be able to answer the questions fairly easily. Now, the bigger the book, the more questions there will be on the quiz. One website I want to direct your attention to is arbookfind.com. If you are ever wondering, is this an accelerated reader book? You can go to this website, type in the title of the book, and it will tell you if it's an AR book, what the level is, and how many points it is worth if your student were to score 100% on that AR test. Here at St. Joe's, we also follow an honor system. So when students are following our honor pledge, they can earn an honor slip to cash in for prizes. Go ahead and ask your students about the prizes they can earn in my class and at our school. There's a lot of fun things. This is across all classes and teachers. So I have them for most subjects, so they will most likely be earning the majority of their honor slips from me, but any teacher can get any student an honor slip for following humility, obedience, neighborliness, opportunity to show faith, and respect. Now, on the other hand, if students are not following our honor pledge, that can result in them receiving a check. So if you look over here at the key, these are some things that students can earn a check for. And typically, with pretty much every teacher, a warning is given first, and then if the behavior continues, then it results in a check. This is also across all teachers and classes. So if a student is running in the hallway and another teacher sees it, that teacher can give that student a check. I know you can't see it because my logo's here. I'm not sure if the logo shows up on the video, but 3 checks in one day equals a note home or an email home. So if your student were to receive a check for blurting out, a check for being disrespectful, and a check for running in the hallway, despite reminders, then I would be emailing you just saying, hey, just want to let you know this happened today. This is what we talked about. Please sit down and talk with your student about what they could do better next time. In 5th grade, we use Google Classroom a lot at school. We have Chromebooks, so students just log into the Chromebook and it automatically pulls up their Google profile. But students can also access their Google account in Google Classroom at home. All that they would do is go to google.com, and then they would sign in using their at stjoesapps.org email. So for students, it's their first name dot last name at stjoesapps.org. So mine would be brooke.entingh at stjoesapps.org. That would be their username, and then their password. You can just remind them, hey, remember, it's the password you use to sign on to the Chromebooks at school. We primarily use Google Classroom in 5th grade for projects, so typing papers, turning in papers, creating slideshows, all of that fun stuff. Like I said earlier, I am so very excited to be teaching each and every one of your students. If a question or a concern ever arises, please do not hesitate to send me an email at either of these emails listed here. I know some of you have questions about band. I have not yet received a firm band schedule, so I don't have any information to give you at this point, but I am hoping that the district will figure out their schedule quickly so then we can get you more information as well. Like I said, any questions, send me an email. Don't forget about our class site. A lot of resources and links can be found there. If I click on it, for example, we look at the portal for parents, lots of resources for you. You can also enter book orders, for your students from the website. You can look at the Green Wave newsletters, check your students' grade and attendance. I do have the link to YouTube on here. We are not recording videos this year, but the videos from last year are up as well. And there's also a student portal where students can go ahead and they can reprint their spelling menu if they lose it, look at their class spelling lists, print a new reading log, print a new service project form, and a lot of other great resources. So the band link I have down here was the one they used last year. Once I get more band information, I will update this if there is a band link to update. I hope you all have a fantastic night, and thank you so much.